Good day, folks, and welcome to review number 20. Today we're back in the man caves because I couldn't wait to get this review put together. Today we're going to look at the Transformers Collectors Club, Timeline's Runamuck. As usual, we'll start off by looking at the packaging. Well, it's just a white cardboard box. But really this is the quote-unquote free figure from the club, so you don't really expect a whole lot more. Now inside that white cardboard box, you will find the figure packaged in a typical plastic bag. You'll also find the tech specs and the instructions inside here. As with Overrun, there are some very nice paint apps on this vehicle mode. You've got some beautiful gold paint down the sides, on the spoiler. Taillights are painted. The rear louvers are painted. There's even the little keyhole on the back of the trunk deck is painted. Headlights, turn signals are painted. Front grille is painted. It's just a real nice paint job again. Another beautiful Decepticon logo on the hood. The vehicle mode, again, it looks pretty much, there's not any mold differences between the two, but the paint job again looks awesome. One thing that I'm not sure if it comes through very clearly on the video or not, but the plastic itself, just like the Overrun figure, has a slight metallic fleck to it, so that it gives it kind of a pearlescent color to it, rather than just a plain white plastic, which I think is another great touch. One thing that's always a continuing complaint of mine is when you have painted clear plastic to match an existing molded plastic piece, you never quite get it quite right, especially with whites. And there is a slight difference between the painted roof and the molded plastic portion of the roof. Again, with white plastic and yellowing, we'll have to see how this looks down the road. But it's something that really can't be avoided, though, with this mold. And here we have Runamuck and Runabout or Overrun together. And you can see in vehicle mode even, they're a nice complement to each other. The white and gold and the red and charcoal, they make a nice pairing. As stated earlier, this mold is identical to that of Overrun, so the transformation process isn't any different either. At this point, when it comes to this particular mold, you really shouldn't be looking for any surprises in the transformation, but more for any quality control issues. My particular figure doesn't really have any issues, as all of the joints are assembled properly with no excessive clearances or unusually tight fits. I'm not aware of any running problems with this figure either, but if your figure does have a problem, do not hesitate to contact the Collectors Club. Historically, they have been very good about exchanging figures when a problem is found, and you wouldn't expect anything less from a collectible figure. Now back to the actual transformation. The only thing I have done differently with this figure is to go directly to General Techno's alternate transformation. That way, I have a look that is more reminiscent of Runamuck's G1 incarnation. So here we have Runamuck in his robot mode, and there's not really any big surprises here. It's the same wheeljack mold that we've seen before, as with Overrun, So it's got the same basic pluses and minuses, same basic articulations. The big difference, of course, being the color scheme. We have the whites and the golds that we saw in the vehicle mode, but now we get this nice bright orange plastic as a contrast in the robot mode. And again, I think this looks really sharp. This is another throwback to the original Battlecharger toy, and I think it looks really sharp. As you see, I've just completely ignored the official transformation and gone right to the hood because I think this hood mode looks so much better. As with Overrun, the biggest difference with this mold from the Wheeljack mold is the head sculpt. And again, it's the same head sculpt as we saw in Overrun, but they've done a really nice job with the silver, red, and gold paint applications here to differentiate it a little bit. The only thing that it might benefit from a little bit would be just a cleaner application. As you can see, there's a little bit of silver paint that he's got along his eyebrows there, or above his eyebrows. So it's another case of the club having a little bit of a messy face paint application. But other than that, the head mold, again, looks really good for this figure. So here they are, together at last, Runabout and Runamuck, the Battlechargers. This really was a home run for the Transformers Collectors Club this time. These two figures look great together. They look great individually, for that matter. But to release one of these figures, you'd have to release the other. And they did a great job with the two of them. Despite being one of the many people to suffer credit card issues, along with just about everyone else in the club this year, these guys help make up for it. They're just two great figures. I hope we can see some more Generations type figures like this in the future. And I know I'm not too enthused about the BotCon set this year. In fact, I'm sitting at home while most of you are at BotCon. But I'm hoping that they reveal next year's figures this week, and they can continue to do things along the same lines as these two figures here. I can't wait to see what they come up with next. The Battlechargers are another pair of obscure G1 characters that have received a second chance thanks to the Transformers Collectors Club. As far as I'm concerned, I think these two figures are some of the best looking figures the club has released in the last few years. To me, this is what the club should be about, giving fans great new representations of older characters that would probably never see a retail release. Hopefully, we'll see more figures like Runabout and Runamuck in the future.